Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Box with the Technical Trader at detectrader.com. It is Tuesday night, the 19th of November, and these are the charts of the day. Lots of interesting stuff going on. The market is both very mixed, and I'm seeing both longs and shorts. So I'm going to show you a little of both tonight, and we can go from there. Starting off with Brocade, a very significant breakout today, I believe, on earnings. 15.3 million shares, up 8.27%. That's 67 cents. And with the breakout across multiple tops here over the last 2 months, it sure looks like the possibilities of a parallel channel now in play, which could lead to at least 10, maybe 11 on the stock. SIMO, S-I-M-O, no, that's not right alphabetically. Hang on a sec. There we go. CRME, let's start with that. CRME, Cardiome Pharmaceuticals, with a nice run up August, September, and early October, taking it from 191 all the way up to 560. Then it sold back and consolidated, tested the 50 a couple times, and today spiked 84 cents or 21%. Volume was nearly 500,000 shares, and as you can see, the stock has a clean breakout, which could lead to about a 6.25 near-term target, and the immediate target 8.5. Evoke Pharmaceuticals, really interesting new, really recent issue, which got as high as 14.25, and the next few weeks came back down in half nearly to reach a low of 773. It stabilized and then today exploded to 359 or 44%, 1.28 million shares. Strong buy for that stock, but not big. In any case, the hunting tops line and moving averages were both taken out today. And we're going to be looking for a test of the 1285.90 area, and then a test of the post IPO highs at 14.25. Those are your targets, and beyond that, we could see much more. Major firm today came out with a $60, yes, 60 target on that. Interesting. Holosys, really nice chart long term, but on the near term, you can see how this parallel channel here, after hitting the top of it, evolved into a falling channel or a little bull flag. And today it popped $1.57 or almost 10%, nearly a million traded. It looks like we're up, and away, and out above the double top here. Should see a test near 20 soon, 19.5, and an intermediate term 22. Horizon Pharmaceuticals, big day today. We day traded that one. It gapped up to 574 and closed up $1.59 at 35.5% on 13.45 million shares. Huge, as they acquired a drug from another firm, and that's a potential game changer. What I'm to understand. The next target is about 6.575, followed by 8 on an intermediate term. IPCI was the real game changer today, as that stock exploded. A massive 306 or 162% on 22 million shares, which is multiple times the float. Very, very interesting pattern, and a long-term breakout as well. You can see how multiple tops here were taken out. I would not be shocked to see this short-term test the $6 range. That's my short-term target. Up next is Northwest Bio. As you can see, a lot of biotechs on this list today. Look at that nice little line base pattern, really quiet, and then boom, wedge, an explosive move on big volume. Ultimately, in the last 2 weeks, going from 307 to 689, more than doubling. Now, I'm not advocating buying it here, but if you see a setup like this in the next few days, that could be the fourth wave setup for a fifth wave up near 8. SIMO, Silicon Motion has been basing for a while. Recently took out the declining top sign. Today took out lateral resistance. My way of thinking is that this stock has room to run up to test the highs up around 16, maybe even 17 short term. And then we'll see what we get there. There's your $17, $16 target. And longer term and intermediate term, I think we could get back into the low 20s. We'll see. ZHNE zone. With a pop flag, and pop, now flagging again, and all three in similar duration, we may be on the verge of a pop today. Now, it was up 19 cents, only 5%, but a pretty good move. And if we pick up a volume through here, this stock could run first to about $5 and then about 6.5. And last thing on the long side is Zynga, which my gut feel is that based on this beautiful pattern that has developed over the last year and a half, base pattern, the pop to resistance to pull back, and another pop recently before the back off. Today was up nearly 4% on 17 million, but I got a feeling that if it gets up through the 410 range, we're going to see a stock start to spike. Keep an eye on that one. Let's move over to the short side here, and you will see that leading the way, leading the alphabetical list is Asbury Automotive, which in my mind, these for some reason the automotive dealerships appear to be topping in here. The breakdown in this wedge today broke the wedge to the downside, dropping 88 cents. But if it accelerates and takes out that line right there, we could see the bottom of the channel test in the low 40s. ANF still forming another bear flag, and that's done it here, here, and how again here. My estimation is that eventually this rolls over and gets down near 30. GTLS, very nasty downtrend is underway after the break here with a breakaway gap, and hasn't been able to do anything more than follow this down channel. Now there is some support below here in the mid 80s, but this stock could fall away at some point. LA Motors is similar to ABG, also broke down as forming a bear flag, was off 81 cents today. They could both crack imminently and drop into, in this case, the mid 50s. NSM still forming a very nice bear wedge after a head and shoulders top and breakaway gap to the downside. Target 32.5. PRXL, breakaway gap to the downside, bounce off support, roll over, and took out the trend channel today, in my opinion. This one could fall rapidly down into the mid 30s. Rock-10's acting well for us, not another $1.50 today. After this wedge was broken, it's come down and formed a bear flag, and it may have broken that today. Nevertheless, I'm looking for more downside to get this into the low to mid 80s. UNH, well, after the breakdown here, again, a head and shoulder top, this breakdown and this rising wedge right to resistance, it needs to roll over here. Something to watch if it starts to break. Target 65. Unitech, this stock, Ultratech, with a left shoulder head, right shoulder, and then this little bear flag. It broke down here and formed another bear wedge. I'm thinking that if that wedge breaks, we're going to see the stock run down towards 1920. And lastly is Zillow, which we put out a short box of short on recently. You can see how it started to roll over, rallied back, reversed, and then reversed again. Watch this one if it takes out 73. If it does that, we should see 64.5. That's it for tonight, folks. I'll see you in the trading room tomorrow.